Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. So here is a question that is keeping many project management professionals awake at night, okay? Will AI eventually take away my job in project management? Let's find that out in this video. Now, if you've been following the rapid advancement of artificial intelligence, you have probably seen conflicting headlines about AI's impact on project management careers, right? So, for example, some claim AI will make project managers obsolete, while others dismiss that claim, and it mentions AI is just another tool that won't change much, right? Just like when computers came in, did it take away jobs or did it create any new jobs? Maybe not, okay? Now you see guys, there is a lot of fear and misinformation circulating around this topic. However, the reality is far more nuanced, and understanding this reality is very crucial for your career planning in project management, okay? So according to a recent research from Gartner, AI is estimated to automate up to 80% of tasks currently occupying a project manager's time by 2030, which is just over the next 5 years, right? Which is like tomorrow. Now, before you panic, that doesn't necessarily mean that 80% of project managers will lose their job for that reason, okay? So in today's video, I am going to give you a crystal clear clarity on this topic by breaking it down into two critical parts. Firstly, I'll walk you through exactly which aspects of project management jobs AI will replace, okay? And trust me, it's more extensive than most project managers even realize now. Now, in the next part, I will show you the aspects of our profession as project managers that AI simply cannot and will not be able to replace, no matter how advanced it becomes over the next 15 to 20 years. Now, firmly, I believe that apart from studying for certification exams like the PMP, which this channel is primarily about, it is extremely important that we are aware of how the industry landscape of project management is changing, right? Because that will ensure that we do not become academic or bookish project managers, but we really strive to become practical project managers who are grounded to reality. So let's get into it. Will AI replace project managers? Alright, so let's start with the uncomfortable truth. Aspects of project manager jobs AI will replace. Now here I want you to understand something very clearly, okay? Now when I say replace, I don't mean AI will eliminate these tasks or roles entirely, okay? However, it will automate a significant portion of what we spend our time today doing, because AI will find ways to get the job of 10 or 20 resources done by just a single resource in a fraction of time, right? So first, let's talk about project scheduling and time management. AI tools like Notion or Asana are already using intelligent algorithms to automatically schedule tasks, meetings, and projects based on deadlines, priorities, and the availability of the team. These AI models breaks down complex projects into manageable tasks and automatically estimates time requirements, and also dynamically reschedules when priorities shift in a project. Similarly, tools such as Monday or ClickUp Brain uses neural networks to connect tasks, documents, and team members, providing smart scheduling features that organize tasks instantly based on deadlines, dependencies, team capacity, and priority. Now, what does this mean for you, okay? So those hours you spent manually creating project schedules, adjusting timelines, and coordinating resources, AI will be handling that in minutes, okay, if not in hours, and thus eliminating the man hours needed for a project manager on tasks like these. Secondly, training and learning. Now previously, project managers used to spend hours preparing for training modules and presentations, right? Think how many hours you have spent as a project manager to design that PPT for your leadership review, or develop that presentation deck for a training session. Now with tools such as napkin.ai and gamma.ai, these items can be done in a jiffy, and that again frees up your time as a project manager, or let's say as an extreme example, completely eliminates the role of a training and learning coordinator within your team. Thirdly, data collection and analysis in project management, because this item will be completely transformed with AI. So AI powered tools efficiently handle repetitive tasks and provide real-time insights, okay, so that project managers can make informed decisions, and they can do it in a rapid and a precise manner. So AI-driven analytics often reveal intricate patterns and trends across projects or portfolio that are quite challenging to discern or ascertain otherwise if you are reviewing them manually. So for example, tools like Microsoft Copilot can now generate AI-powered project status reports based on critical performance indicators or KPIs, and even further, it can analyze project finances or project budgets across a portfolio or a program of projects, okay, if you give it the right kind of command and prompt. Even better, Copilot can read through your email chains and they can provide you a summary response, it can provide you risk registers, milestone schedules, etc., in case you are getting those ready for a leadership review. Finally, communication and reporting automation with AI. Now ChatGPT or Claude can now generate structured schedules, create detailed project timelines, summarize minutes of meetings, provide you meeting agendas, and craft professional stakeholder communications. Microsoft Copilot, for example, automatically generates task names, durations, start dates, finish dates, and it can also create both internal reports with the budget tracking and external reports with task metrics. Now on top of these, weekly status emails, minutes of meeting, and progress reports could also be automated with tools such as otter.ai and Microsoft Copilot. So in summary, we will definitely see roles such as the project support officer or data officer or project clerks, and let's say training and learning coordinators as well, become lesser and lesser within project management in the years to come. And that, guys, is inevitable. Now, if you are finding this valuable, guys, please hit that like button and subscribe to this channel, PMP with Ray. My vision for this channel is to coach you overall as a project manager who is ready for tomorrow. Now, to do that, while certifications such as the PMP are important, however, it is equally important for you to keep up to speed with the industry trends. Hence the need for such videos. Alright, now let's move on to the more encouraging part, okay? Aspects of project manager jobs that AI cannot replace. Now you see, guys, while AI might be automating the mechanical tasks for a project manager, there are core aspects of project management that remain fundamentally humane, okay? And these are actually becoming more and more valuable with the introduction of AI in project management. First, and most critically, emotional intelligence and relationship management remain uniquely human, okay? Now, research shows that 90% of the critical success factors for a project implementation can be enhanced through the application of conscious emotional intelligence by project managers. You see, guys, emotional intelligence is twice as important as technical skills or just IQ when it comes to project management. If you have led projects from a senior level, you are probably aware of what I am referring to. Now, we all know that when your team member is struggling with workload, okay, or if he or she is feeling demotivated or dealing with personal challenges or family issues that's affecting their performance, ChatGPT or Claude or MS Copilot will not be able to solve it for you, right? Just think about it. Can AI really sense that frustration in the voice of a team member during a stand-up meeting? Can it read the body language that tells you that someone is really overwhelmed but too afraid to speak up in a leadership review? Can AI really feel that something is not going right with the project, even if the metrics are perfect? Okay, absolutely not. that onus still will lie with you as a human project manager. Now, secondly, complex decision making with contextual nuance cannot be replicated by AI machines, okay? So AI systems excel at handling repetitive project management tasks for sure, but unlike human project managers, they cannot make complex, informed decisions. AI can only work with the data you provide to it, okay? And for that reason, it lacks the ability to consider ethical nuances, context, or emotional intelligence, all of which are crucial for effective decision making real time in projects, okay? So let me give you a real example from my experience. In one of my projects with the NHS in UK, the team discovered asbestos in a building during a fire safety upgrade. Now, AI could tell me the compliance requirements in line with the asbestos regulations in the UK. It can tell me the cost implications and the timelines, etc. However, only human judgment could weigh the ethical obligation to patient safety, the political sensitivity of hospital operations, the moral impact on the maintenance team, and let's say the communication strategy I need to develop for multiple stakeholder groups whilst I am planning that asbestos removal as part of the project, right? Thirdly, stakeholder management and negotiations still remain purely human. Now, good project managers bring with them what PMI calls as the power skills, right? Which are interpersonal skills such as communication, problem solving, and collaborative leadership, which are essential soft skills for project professionals. Now, these skills are at the heart of leading successful teams, engaging stakeholders, and conquering the challenges to the project planning or project execution. Now, when you are dealing with a frustrated client who are questioning your project value, or let's say when you need to negotiate scope changes with a vendor or a supplier, or when you are managing conflicting priorities between departments, these require empathy, persuasion, emotional intelligence, relationship building, etc., that AI simply cannot provide. Because let's accept that AI simply just cannot sense the team morale or understand complex interpersonal dynamics which influence a project in a dramatic way if not handled correctly by the project manager, period. Now next, creative problem solving and strategic thinking remain human strengths for now. No machine can replace the human intuition, creativity, and the adaptability that project managers provide for organizations. Humans have a unique critical thinking ability that, when applied to systems, projects, etc., can achieve an organization mission and also create insights and recommendations needed to propel the project forward to a successful conclusion, right? So these are very, very soft skills which are inherent to human project managers. You see guys, AI works with patterns and historical data, okay? However, when you are facing a completely novel challenge, like let's say managing a project during a global pandemic, or let's say adapting to sudden regulatory changes, or let's say finding creative solutions when a budget for a project gets slashed by 40%. So the events which do not have a precedence which could be used to make your AI algorithm learn, so those kind of events or patterns requires human creativity, intuition, and the ability to think outside established patterns, which AI unfortunately cannot do. Finally, leadership and team motivation cannot surely be automated, right? Project managers are leaders and motivators first and foremost. The consensus shows that as AI enters project management, it will actually shift managers more into leadership roles, since predictive analysis can help make decisions with hard data, and that will give project managers time to focus on soft skills and nuanced project management tasks that really requires human empathy and interaction. So just think about it, right? When your team is demoralized after a major setback in a project, or let's say when you need to inspire people to push through a challenging phase in your sprint, or when you need to build trust with a skeptical stakeholder, Or let's say even further, when you need to unite cross-functional teams around a common vision for a project, these are fundamentally human activities that require empathy, requires authenticity, and requires emotional connection. And hence, those are surely not replaceable by AI. So in summary, I can say that with the introduction of AI in project management, it will force us as project managers to become more of a people's manager rather than a systems manager or a process manager, right? This is the nuance you need to capture if you want to get ready as a skilled project manager with a stellar career over the next decade. Now, surely very soon with the lightning fast productivity, AI will find ways to get the job of 10 project managers done by just one project manager. However, when it comes to that, I want you to be that one project manager standing in line ready for tomorrow.